Good people, good people, good people. Welcome back to the Gumtown Podcast, episode 232. I'm Doug B. If you tuned in to this podcast, thank you for your time and your attention. I really appreciate you giving it a shot. Today's guest is the founder and owner of T-Toni's Bakery. I'm looking forward to this conversation. I'm sure we'll all be inspired by her story. Let's chop it up with Toni Arrington. Toni, how's it going?
It's going great. How's it going with you?
Glad to hear that, and all is well on my end too. First things first, thank you for taking time out of your schedule to speak with me a few minutes. I really appreciate it.
And thank you for wanting to reach out and interview me.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely. We're here to talk about all the great things you got going on with T-Toni's Bakery. But before we talk business, let's get to know the woman behind the brand. Born and raised in Montgomery, Alabama, how's your upbringing in the Gump?
My upbringing was really well in the Gump. I went to private school and elementary school, and then we switched to public school. And I graduated from Lanier High School, and I went on to college at AUM and got my BS. And then I have a master's from Troy University.
Okay, awesome stuff. So growing up in Montgomery, so got a chance to do the private school and public school. So that's amazing. Got a chance to get exposed to both of those different school systems. So family wise, did you have a pretty good village growing up?
Yes, I had. I have three siblings. I have one brother and two other sisters, and I am the second born. But unfortunately, my baby sister passed away on last Christmas, so it's just three of us left in a household of a mother and a father, raised in the household of a mother and a father.
Okay, so well, sending my condolences to the loss of your sister.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. So you all grew up in Montgomery, had that great village around you, and I mean that's the age old adage that it takes a village because you need those loved ones that love on you when you're doing right and hold you accountable when you're doing wrong. So the village is so important.
Yeah, our grandparents were an active part of our life too. So that was part of our village. And also your neighbors back then was a part of it. If they saw you doing something wrong, they would tell your parents too, or kind of teach you or something also.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Hey, those are the days of the real deal village, like you said, neighbors, aunties, uncles, grandma, granddaddy. Hey, anybody could discipline you, correct you, and and when you got home, you had part two coming.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. So you grew up in Montgomery, graduate from Lanier High School, make your way over to AUM. So how was that college experience for you?
College experience was exciting. I became a member of the great Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated
Okay.
and, and, and a member of it right now, active member.
Okay, awesome stuff. No, that's amazing. Sounds like you had a great time. You got a chance to not only go to AUM, graduate, the most important thing, but you got a chance to become a part of a sorority. So it sounds like you had an overall great time during your college years.
Oh, yeah, I enjoyed it.
Okay, good stuff. Yeah, I definitely can attest just going to college, and I'm pretty sure you had a similar experience. You get a chance to get around people from all walks of life, from all over the world, the East Coast, the West Coast, the Midwest, and I went to Alabama State University, graduated, so I got a chance to meet a diverse group of people, and I'm pretty sure you got the same experience at AUM.
Oh, I did, but I worked while in college, so it was a different set of people for night school. And that was the only reason I chose AUM because back in the day, Alabama State didn't cater to night students like in the 80s. So you had to go to AUM or Troy to go to college.
Okay, awesome stuff. Hey, you did what you had to do and you got a chance to go to AUM night classes and graduate and become a Delta. So AUM sounds like it was good to you. You had a great experience and that's what it's all about.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. So let's talk about what we're here to talk about, T-Toni's Bakery. So I'm big into brand names and the origins of them. So I got to ask you, what's the inspiration behind your company name?
The inspiration is my name because it's my bakery. So that's the inspiration. I decided to say T-Toni's Bakery. I thought that was a good catch for it. And my niece and my nephew all call me T-Toni.
Okay, now that makes perfect sense. Very organic way how you came up with the name, niece and nephew, T-Toni's Bakery. And like you said, you wanted to name it after you. So no, that's awesome. And like I love to hear those stories about just how brand names come about. And yeah, I probably could have assumed what the name was all about, but I still just wanted to hear the story and I appreciate you.
Right. And a couple of kids in the neighborhood call me T-Toni. So a lot of people call me T-Toni now.
Yes, ma'am. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. So let's just take us back to when you first discovered you had this gift of baking. When was that?
Oh, it was about probably in like 1995 or so. The way I started was my mom used to work at Store Cable TV, and anytime they would have a function at work, she would always say, "Hey, you gonna make me something to take to work?" So I started baking cakes for her to bring to work for the different functions in her office. And it wasn't long before her coworkers started placing orders on their own, especially around the holidays. The first year was a Thanksgiving. That was in 1995. Um, I started taking orders because everybody kept begging, "Hey, can you make me a cake? Can you make me a cake? Can you make me a cake?" And that particular Thanksgiving, I made 73 cakes. I couldn't believe it. It nearly drove me crazy because I didn't know how much stuff to buy. I had never operated, the baking business before. So, but it all came together. It all came together. And my number one seller from the start was red velvet. Everybody wanted a red velvet cake. It became my fan favorite, and to this day, it still is my fan favorite. My slogan for all of my cakes are, I tell all my customers, nobody can beat me making a red velvet cake. I say I'm the best, and I guarantee that.
Hmm. I like that confidence. And hey, hey,
I
and I
tell
got it.
everybody that I guarantee that, and my money back.
Yes, ma'am. I definitely I love the confidence, and that's how you're supposed to feel about your product. I am the best. And hey, Tony, for Red Velvet to be your best seller, you got to be the real deal because in the South, Red Velvet is a delicacy. And if you don't come correct, people gonna talk about you real bad. So Red Velvet got to be on point down here. Yes, ma'am. So no, that's awesome. So with Red Velvet being your best seller, that's just very telling just how good it is. Because like I said, down here in Alabama in the South, we love Red Velvet. So that became a fan favorite, and just that first holiday that you got a chance to sell cakes, sold 73, and I can only imagine just how tiring and exhausting that must have been to go from just making for your mom to having all these orders flooding in. So how did you manage the workload when all these orders start flooding in?
It was just me. So what I always did, I made a checklist for every cake, a checklist for every cake. And so I would come up with a number that I was going to do that day. And no matter what, I was going to achieve that goal, that number of cakes. And at the time, I was making the layer cake. So it got so crazy. I had cakes everywhere. I mean, everywhere. And I used the little throwaway aluminum pans because I didn't know what else to do. And they started not coming out the pan. So I decided to get the wax paper and put in the pans. And it's something like parchment paper where it doesn't stick. So that went smooth. And it was a tough trying to get them all even and make them all look good and even when you finished. And so uh, I said, I got to think about something that's going to make it a little bit easier for me because I had no help. Nobody was helping me. I was doing all of it. So I went to the sheet cake. And that made it good because I could cook four sheet cakes at a time. And an hour and a half after the first ones come out the oven, I could ice them and they would be completely quick. So, I mean, completely completed. I wouldn't have to go back to them. I could ice them, cover them up, put the label on them, put the name on them. So I'm an organized freak anyway. I organize everything to the T. Mm-hmm. So that was a good thing with helping me, to learn how to juggle all those cakes. But it took a couple of times. Now I'm going to tell the truth. It took a couple of times to get all that organized, but finally I have it organized to the T according to how much ingredients to buy. If I got 100 cakes, I know exactly what I need now.
Hmm. No, and that's amazing that you were able to pull it off by yourself. But just hearing you talk about how you were organized and how you did the trial and error and just figuring out, hey, the sheet cake was the the most efficient route to go. And I mean, that's what it's all about. When you're learning something new, you're doing something different. You got to practice, you got to fail, you got to trial and error, and like that's the only way you really get good at anything. So thank you for sharing that story, and you just painted the picture. I could just you just take me back to 1995 when you were in there with your list and you just making it all work, and you made it happen. That's amazing.
Yeah, 1995, it was crazy though. I'm talking about I had so many ingredients left I didn't know what to do with.
Yes, ma'am. No, absolutely. So let me ask you this. While baking these cakes for all these different orders, were you still working a full-time job as well?
Yes, I did. But what I would do every year during the holidays, I would save all my vacation up for Thanksgiving and Christmas. So I would have off the whole week before Thanksgiving and the whole week of Christmas to bake the cakes. And that's how I schedule all my cakes on those days. Because I wanted everything to be fresh. Because everybody kept saying, "Are you going to freeze in it?" No, everything has to be fresh. So that's how I schedule my vacation for those times.
Okay. Hey, you were definitely a woman about your business. You were serious about this bakery business working. Hey, you saved the PTO all year for the holidays and made it happen. Hey, that's what you got to do. You got to sacrifice because you could have used that PTO during the summertime when most everybody else, used PTO. But hey, you saved it up and used it for the holidays so you can keep your business afloat, so you can keep serving your customers fresh baked cakes.
Yeah, that was my vacation time.
Okay, awesome stuff. So, what year exactly did you decide to finally make it an LLC and turn it into a business?
Last year was the year 2025.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
we
That's
decided to take the business and get it officially registered under the Alabama Home Processed Products and Cottage Food Law, which allows me to sell homemade treats right from my home. And we can do it at a local farmers market, or we can do it at different events. Because and we have a business license.
okay. Awesome stuff. Hey, it's all good. Hey, you got it all legitimized, and that's what it's all about. Just taking those extra steps to do what you've done to be able to, be at these different events and sell out your home and like, hey, it's all good. But in the meantime, in that 30-year time period, you have been doing a lot of great things in the kitchen and baking. So aside from Red Velvet, what were some of your other best sellers?
My other bestseller is a lemon pound cake, a vanilla pound cake. I sell quite a few key lime cupcakes. I also have strawberry cupcakes, German chocolate cupcakes, lemon cupcakes, and we have what you call a hummingbird cupcake.
Okay. Awesome stuff. Hey, you cooking it up over there. No pun intended. Hey, you got all the different flavors. Hey, the lemon pound cake, all of it sound good. So I definitely appreciate you for sharing some of your best sellers. So just as it relates to the business itself, whenever I have entrepreneurs on the platform like yourself, I like to talk about three things: the aha moment, action, and audacity. And it sounds like you had your aha moment. So, well, let me ask you, because I don't want to assume, when exactly did you have your aha moment that you wanted to turn this love of baking into a business? Was it back in 1995 or was it another time?
No, it wasn't back in 1995. I, was just doing the little business on the side myself since I work full time.
Right.
And my nephew moved back home and he was like, "Come on, we're going to turn this into a big thing." And he was the one that gave me the push and pushed me out there. So he helps me a lot with this business. And that's what I'm doing because I'm still working full time. I'm thinking about retiring, but I don't know when. I haven't retired as of yet.
Okay. No, that's awesome stuff. And hats off to your nephew for giving you that encouragement, giving you that give you that nudge to finally go ahead and get things rocking and rolling. And what you have got everything business stuff, everything legitimized. So hats off to your nephew. And it goes back to what I was saying earlier about it taking a village. And we only think it takes a village when we're children, but it takes a village at all ages because we always need those group of people around us, encouraging us and holding us accountable.
True, but another reason I probably never really reached out, my mother became ill a couple of years, and to having to take care of her for about 14 years, I didn't really have the time to dedicate to change making the business bigger or pushing the business to another level.
Yes, ma'am. I definitely understand that. I mean, I definitely understand because I know how time consuming caregiving is. I mean, I've
Oh yeah.
only, yes, ma'am, and I've only seen from the outside. I haven't been in that spot, but I know from the outside looking in, like caregiving is very time consuming, and plus you working a full-time job, so I can understand why you necessarily didn't have the time or the capacity to do the business at that time. That makes sense.
Oh yeah, I was her primary caregiver. I have some other siblings, but she depended on me more than anyone else or wanted me to do everything.
Yes, ma'am. No, I definitely understand that. I completely understand. So, so your nephew gave that encouragement to go ahead and get the ball rolling. Let's get started. So, once you decided to go ahead and make it a business, how long did that process take in terms of getting everything legitimized and LLC and all that? How long was that process for you?
About 2 days or so, we had gotten everything organized because he had been talking about it the whole while. So I think he had done a lot of stuff in the background anyway. So all he had to do was just push me a little bit.
Okay. No, that's awesome. And hats off to your nephew again for, like you just said, did doing some work in the background and just giving you that encouragement to step out there and put the brand out there for the world to see.
Oh yeah, and it has really taken off, and we've really gotten a lot of good feedback and a lot of good customers. And I still have all of the old customers that I have.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. That's amazing stuff. So, like I was telling you offline, how I even came to find out about T-Toni's Bakery was I saw a flyer for a foodies fest that was in Montgomery back in October. I didn't get a chance to attend. I was busy with other affairs that weekend. But I got to ask you, Toni, how was that experience being at the Foodies Fest?
We sold out twice before the foodies event was over. On on Friday night, we almost sold out, but on Saturday, we sold out about five something, about 5:30 or so. And then on Sunday, we sold out about 2:30. I went home and cooked some more red velvet since that was our number one seller and came back with them and we were sold out again by 5:30. I mean, I went home and probably cooked 24 packs of red velvet. So we actually could have sold more. I went home and cooked them within probably an hour and 45 minutes. It was back at the event.
Oh wow, that's what I'm talking about. You are very ambitious, Toni. Like, that's what I'm talking about. She said we sold out. I'm finna go. Most folks would have went to the house and just sat down and chilled for the rest of the evening. You went to the house and whipped up some more, brought them back, and sold out again. That's what I'm talking about. Go get
Right, because
go.
my nephew told me, said, if you don't sell them, you're gonna have to pay for them. I said, when I go home and make these, we're gonna sell them. I bet you.
Yes, ma'am. That's what I'm talking about. So that's
People
man.
were waiting on me to come back.
Hey, like I told you earlier, red velvet is a delicacy in the South, and you got people waiting on your red velvet. That tells me all I need to know. You got the real deal.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to come and try it.
I will, absolutely, yes, ma'am. I'm definitely gonna come out and support it because, like I said, the way you selling this red velvet, hey, I'm sold. Because like hey, you
Oh
said
yeah,
no, you said nobody beats your red velvet, guaranteed. I'm
nobody can
sold.
beat it. Nobody can beat me making red velvet.
Yes,
I say I
ma'am.
don't brag about another one, but I brag about that one.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. As you said, like I said, hey, confidence in your gifts, your talents, your abilities. You put in the practice, you put in the time to perfect it. You're supposed to have that confidence. That's what it's about.
Oh yeah, and you'll see with the reviews on Google, that's what people say.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. So with you being a master baker in the kitchen, doing great things, cooking up these great cakes and cupcakes. So when you dine out, do you typically order dessert?
No, and you won't believe it. I don't eat much of my cupcakes now. I see them too much.
Right.
Everybody's like, "Well, you slim and you making us fat." I say, "Well, I don't eat them," and I really don't. What I do is when I cook them, sometimes I get my nephew and his wife because she helps us also. I'll say, "Y'all taste this when we make a new." I say, "What it tastes like?" And they'll say, "Okay, that's good. Okay," and that's how I do it.
Okay. Hey, I definitely understand that. And that's not hard to believe. I mean, especially since you, like you said, you're up and close. You've been up and close with the cup. You've been up and close and personal with these cupcakes for 30 years. So I can only imagine you don't want to necessarily eat a lot of cupcakes because you spend so much time cooking and measuring and making it happen. So I definitely understand why you wouldn't necessarily eat a lot of your cupcakes.
I'll eat one every now and then, but that's about it.
Okay. Yes,
And
ma'am.
my favorite is red velvet, to be honest.
Okay. Awesome stuff. No, that's amazing. So aside from the Foodies Fest, and I also saw on your Facebook page that you've been at the East Chase Farmers Market. So what other type of events have you had a chance to serve your cupcakes at? Any weddings, corporate events?
Well, I'm not in corporate events, but I have sold to a person for a wedding. I don't do like any decorating or anything, so I just sell I just sell the cupcakes to them, and they have an event person that can set it up whichever way they want to. We also did the Veterans football game, the Veterans Bowl football game. That was the week before Christmas. Um, we had a booth there selling cupcakes, and we really sold really well because it was so cold that afternoon. I didn't think we would. I was so scared for going there. I kept telling my nephew, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. And my nephew loves to say, I don't care about none of this. He loves to say that. He just want to go, 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 go. So, but we actually did really well because we actually got a new customer from there, and actually some of our other customers were coming to the gate and wanted us to bring them some cupcakes to buy. So it went really well.
Okay.
So next year, we're hoping to do more events with the city and some other events with some other farmers markets around the area. And we did do it wasn't a farmers market, it was an event, it was a harvest event we did in Birmingham at the Grand River Shop Outlet Mall there. We did an event there. So we did an event there.
Okay. Awesome stuff.
And and
Yes, ma'am.
and
Go
we
ahead.
also have been to Tuscaloosa. They have what you call a pop-up shop there at the University Mall. And we went there several times. As a matter of fact, they are begging us to come back there. And we've been so busy here, we haven't had a chance to get back to Tuscaloosa. And I kind of like that Tuscaloosa area because the pop up shop is located in the mall, inside the mall, so you don't have to worry about the weather. And we're right near the food court. So it worked out really well there because what we do is we give out samples. And once we give a sample out, somebody wants to buy
Okay. Hey, I definitely like that format. Hey, so y'all getting y'all Sam's and Costco on, just give out a sample.
it.
Hey, I
Oh,
love it.
yeah.
Hey, but you know what though? That just speaks to the confidence that you have in your product. Hey, if you sample this, you're gonna buy one or two or a dozen. So I love to hear it. Like that's great that you all have gotten a chance to go to Birmingham and T-Town, Tuscaloosa, and of course in
Mhm,
Montgomery, staying busy, doing a lot of great things. So the brand is
mhm.
definitely getting his name out there, getting a chance to work the Veterans Bowl. So sounds like to me, T-Toni's Bakery been rocking and rolling.
I guess that's what you call it.
No, that's
But
that's what I'm
yeah,
talking.
we plan to get involved in some other markets here. The one in Wetumpka and Prattville has one, and Pike Road have several markets. So we just hadn't been able to reach out yet, but we hopefully will get sometime this year, and we'll be going back to East Chase Farmers Market in the spring.
Okay, awesome stuff. That's great stuff. So as it relates to goals, as it relates to vision, what are some of your short-term and long-term goals for the business you feel comfortable sharing?
To keep going and put our name out there and get more customers, and eventually have a brick and mortar.
Mm. Yes, ma'am. Powerful stuff. And hey, those are great goals, short term, long term. And just speaking with you and that belief you have in yourself, I have no doubt that you'll make all your goals come to fruition.
That's our plan.
Yes, ma'am. So I gotta ask you, Toni, with everything on your plate, you still work a full-time job, you running this business. What do you do to decompress from it all?
Woo. These 2 months, I was telling that to my nephew. we'll get decompressed for January, February, and part of March because this is the month that everybody, at the beginning of the year, everybody sets all these New Year's resolutions. Hey, I'm going to lose 5 pounds. I'm going to lose 10 pounds. And they'll lay off all your sweets for about 2.5 months. And the next thing you know, all these resolutions gone out the door. They'll be calling us because I have friends tell me, look, don't call me for January and February. I say, well, okay, but we'll be back with you'll be back with us by March. And then things will pick up then. So um one other thing I do for geek to depress is I love shopping. They always tell me about going to the stores when I get off from work. I'll go to the stores and stay to the stores till about I don't never go home till about 8 o'clock. I'm not a person that just sit down and sit at home. I like to stay busy. I like to stay doing something. And I exercise a lot. So those are the type of things that I'll be doing while cooking and also while depressing.
Okay, no, that's awesome stuff, and that's what it's about. Just finding those outlets to decompress and get away from the hustle and bustle, the grind. I
Oh,
mean, shopping and like you said, this first month of the year, New Year's resolutions. Everybody locked in to lose however much weight they're gonna lose, and unfortunately, that's how it be around February. Things start to shift a little bit, so y'all will be booming in business by Valentine's Day for sure.
oh yeah. Oh, well, a little bit, really not a lot. It doesn't pick up until around March, really.
Okay.
That's just like people going to the gym. You can get any machine you want to for the months of January and February. But when you go there in March, you ain't gonna be able to get a
Right.
machine.
Right.
So
Yes,
it
man.
kind of works like that because people really, really try to, because everybody wants to be healthy.
Right.
And they try to do what's healthy for themselves, but then it sort of starts slipping away.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. As we wrap up the podcast, I want to ask $1 million question. When I started this
Okay.
podcast, I wanted to highlight the greatness connected to the city of Montgomery. Whether you were born here or lived here for a significant period of your life, be it college, military, or work, you've been a hometown hero, Tony. I got to ask you, what do you appreciate the most about the city of Montgomery?
Let's see, what do I appreciate about the most about the city of Montgomery? I like it. My most thing is traffic. You can get anywhere within Montgomery, Alabama in 15 or 20 minutes as long as you're on the bypass. It takes you everywhere. And I don't like a lot of traffic or just a lot of people. So this is just a small little country town, must I say. Grew up in, I know it from the back of my hand to the front of my hand. So that's what I like about it. And people are more friendlier in the South than they are because, as I stated, I worked in Washington D.C. area for about 7 months. And me being from the South, I had this habit of wanting to always speak to somebody. But they don't speak. They don't even look at you in the face long enough to speak. So you just have to go on about your business. Southern people are really friendly and welcoming.
Yes, ma'am. No, that's a fact. I've been to DC. I visited DC a few times, and yeah, people in the DMV, then like you said, they don't speak, and that's one thing I love about the South and everything you were saying about Montgomery, just a small country town. That's one of the things I love as well, and the traffic is smooth,
Right.
like you said, you can get anywhere 15, 20 minutes, and the boulevard will take you almost anywhere in Montgomery. So hey, that's a
That's right.
yes, ma'am. So I definitely understand that. Tony, how can the people connect with you? What are your social media handles and website?
Facebook is one of them, Instagram, and our website, which is T-Toni's Bakery.
Too easy. And of course, I'll put all of that information in the description of the episode. Hey, Tony, thanks again for the conversation. I really appreciate you.
Okay, thank you for taking the opportunity. Thank you for taking the time out and giving us the opportunity to talk about our business.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Good people, that concludes another dope episode of the Gumtown Podcast. In the meantime, in between time, y'all know what to do. Be blessed, be safe, but most importantly, have the audacity to be you. Go.